What's up, guys? It's Prisha. So today I'm going to be ranking Pokemon on this specific tier list, Pokemon Starter First Form Tier List Maker. Shout out to the guy that made this tier list on TIERMAKER.com. And now let's get started. So I've actually previewed all these Pokemon, and I've done some research on which Pokemon that I didn't recognize initially were. And so, like, now that I know all the names, I'm ready to rank them. So we got the best one, we got the best tier, which is S tier, then A plus, A, B, C, D, all the way down to E, which is the worst tier. All right, so we got the first one. So we got Grookey, Scorbunny, Sobble, Tepig, Cyndaquil, Squirtle, Piplup, and we'll come across all of them because we're going to rank all of them, unlike some of the previous tier maker videos, because, you know, the options are so limited. Alright, so Grookey, Grookey is, I'm pretty sure, one of the Galar region starters, so I'm not quite familiar with the Galar region. I've only watched a little bit of the Pokemon Journeys anime, so I have like a tiny sense of Grookey. So I'm gonna put Grookey at C tier. Alright. Next one, Scorbunny, I'm very familiar with from watching the anime, and in the game Pokemon Sword, I have Scorbunny as my starter. So I'm well aware of Scorbunny and its awesome powers, so I'm going to put it at A+. Yeah, A+. Okay, Sobble, I'm actually not that familiar with. I just know it's the other Galar starter. Like, all three Galar starters were put together as the first three when I came upon this tier list. So I'm just going to put it down at, I wouldn't say it's the worst because, you know, I have not really familiarized myself with it, so I'm just going to put it at D tier. Tepig, I'm aware because I've seen Pokemon Black and White, and I know Tepig is the fire starter of the Unova region. And Tepig, its powers are pretty good. You know, I was quite fond of it like a few years ago, but now not so much. So I'm gonna put that at A tier. Cyndaquil, I know who Cyndaquil is. Cyndaquil is a pretty iconic fire starter, but it's not my favorite, and I'm not that aware of its powers. So, or not powers, like moves, abilities. So I'll just put that at B tier. Now we come across okay, not the first water starter because we just came across Sobble, but here is the first starter of the Kanto region, which is Squirtle. And Squirtle, I love Squirtle's moves, but in the anime, Squirtle was a bit notorious. So Squirtle does evolve into one of my favorite Pokemon, which is not Wartortle, but like Wartortle evolves into one of my favorite Pokemon, which is Blastoise. And yeah, so Squirtle evolves into Wartortle, which evolves into Blastoise, and Blastoise is one of my favorites. But because of Squirtle's notorious behavior in the anime, I'm going to, instead of S tier, I'm going to put it at A+. Piplup I have also seen in the anime. Yeah, so all these Pokemon I know, like, I just, like, am familiar with them through the anime. I didn't really, like, get to figure or find out about new Pokemon through playing the only Pokemon video game that I've ever played, which is Pokemon Sword. So, Piplup's cool, but I'm gonna put it at C tier. Froakie. Now, Froakie is a good one because Froakie was very iconic and it was a very amazing character in the anime, and it evolves into Frogadier, which evolves into Greninja, which is one of my favorite Pokemon. So, because Froakie had less notorious behavior than Squirtle, I'm going to put Froakie at a solid S tier. Hope you're having fun there, Froakie. Alright, Mudkip is next, and Mudkip, like I've seen Mudkip a couple times, but I'm not well aware of its powers. So I keep saying powers, like that's not really an accurate term for Pokemon. So I'm not really well aware of its specific moves, but it does come up pretty frequently whenever I come across Pokemon. So I'm gonna put that at B tier. I do like Piplup more than Mudkip, so I'm actually gonna switch these around. I'm gonna put Mudkip at C tier, and I'm gonna put Piplup at B. Alright, Totodile. I love Totodile. One of my favorite water starters. Not like favorite. I do like Squirtle a little more than Totodile, so I'm gonna put this at A tier. Snivy. Now, Snivy is one of my two favorite grass starters because Snivy just on its own is incredibly powerful. And then my other grass starter, which is coming up, my other favorite grass starter evolves into, or indirectly evolves into one of my favorite Pokemon. So, Snivy, I'm going to put at S tier. I want to get at least one water type, one grass type, and one fire type into S tier. And I already have in mind, based on the remaining options, which fire type I'm considering to add to the S tier. Oshawott. Now, Oshawott is a very iconic Pokemon because I have watched the seasons of the Pokemon anime where Ash and his friends journey through the Unova region. So I'm going to put Oshawott at A+. Rowlet, I'm not really that familiar with Rowlet, so I'm going to put Rowlet at C tier. It's definitely better than Sobble for me, so I'm going to put Rowlet just a little higher than that, at the level of Grookey and Mudkip. Trico, well, I forgot which Pokemon Trico evolves to, but that Pokemon evolves into Sceptile, and Sceptile, or Sceptile, I don't know, is one of my favorite Pokemon, so Trico will go to B tier. Alright. Poplio. I know who Poplio is. I've came across Poplio before, but I'm not that familiar with it. So I'm gonna put this at. I'm deciding between B and C. I'll put it at, I don't know. It's probably not the level of Piplup and Trico and Cyndaquil. So, okay, I'll put it at C. Lidden's okay. I'm going to put that at D tier. Now, Charmander. Charmander is actually the fire type I was considering, that I had in mind to add to S tier. So Charmander evolves into Charmeleon, which evolves into Charizard, and Charizard, out of all my favorite Pokemon, Charizard is probably my #1 favorite. So Charmander definitely has to go in the S tier. Now, Torchic. Torchic's a good Pokemon, but I wouldn't say it's at the level of Tepig and Totodile. So I'm gonna put Torchic at B tier. Chikorita is pretty good too. I would say Chikorita I like a little more than Torchic, but it's not as good as like Scorbunny and Squirtle, and Oshawott, so I'm going to put Chikorita at A tier. Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is one of the most iconic Pokemon, not only because it's number 1 on the Pokedex and because the Pokemon fandom website is called Bulbapedia, but because Bulbasaur is the grass starter of the very first region, which is Kanto. So, and they don't even do it like fire, water, grass. They don't even give the fire, water, and grass starters in that order. They start with the grass Pokemon when they tell you the starter names. Bulbasaur, and then Charmander, fire, and then Squirtle, water. So, with Bulbasaur, I'm going to have to put it at A+. To be honest, I kind of like Bulbasaur more than Ivysaur and Venusaur, which are like what it evolves to. But so I actually do like Bulbasaur more than its evolved forms, and Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur, none of them are one of my favorite Pokemon. So yeah, I do really, really love Bulbasaur though. Okay, Turtwig. Turtwig, I'm not too familiar with, so I'm going to put it at C tier. Okay. Chespin. Now, okay, Chespin is, I forgot which Pokemon Chespin evolves to, but that Pokemon I'm pretty sure evolves into Chestnut, and Chestnut is one of my favorite Pokemon. So, I can't decide if I want to put it at S tier or A+. I do like it more than Bulbasaur, so I'm going to put it at S tier. Now, Fennekin. Fennekin, I do remember watching Fennekin in the anime. And Fennekin's a pretty iconic Pokemon in the Unova region. So, Unova is not my favorite region, though, so I'm going to put Fennekin. Actually, okay, so Unova's not my favorite region, so if this were a normal Pokemon, I'd put it in A tier, but because I like Fennekin a lot, I'm going to put it at A+. And finally, Chimchar. I'm well aware of who Chimchar is, but I'm not, like a lot of these Pokemon on the tier list, I'm not that familiar with its moves. You know, I just had to figure out the names in order for me to be able to bring them up in this tier list, or in this video. So, I'm going to put Chimchar at B tier. And now, as you can see, the majority of the Pokemon we have ranked are tied in the A+ tier, the B tier, and the C tier. So now let's recap. At S tier, actually, let's start at the bottom tier. At E tier, we have ranked none of these because I don't find any of these Pokemon to be super, super bad. At D tier, we have Sobble and Litten. At C tier, we have Grookey, we have Mudkip, we have Rowlet, we have Popplio, and we have Turtwig. B tier, we got Cyndaquil, Piplup, Trico, Torchic, and Chimchar. A tier, we got Tepig, Totodile, and Chikorita. A+ tier, we got Scorbunny, we got Squirtle, we got Oshawott, Bulbasaur, and we got Fennekin. A+ tier, we got Froakie, that wasn't A+ tier. And finally, at the top, we got S tier. We got Froakie, Snivy, Charmander, and Chespin. Alright, so that's pretty much all the... Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to zoom in right there. That was all the Pokemon on this, or all the Pokemon options on this tier list, and I have successfully ranked all of them for a change, and hopefully this was a good change to, the TIERMAKER series on my YouTube channel, because, normally there's just too many of them, and sometimes I don't even know the majority of the options. This time I was able to, thanks to choosing to do prior research before starting to film the video. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. Sorry guys, I'm really bad with outros, but this is the best I can do. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel, leaving a like on this video, comment down below what you guys want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.